XRP has been consolidating since December 3rd. This chart right here just gives a very clear scenario as to what we are seeing. And the question that I'm asking myself, and I'm sure you're asking yourself, is when is it going to end? When are we going to see a breakout, as evidenced by this yellow hopeful arrow over here on the right? And you can see right here, we started on Tuesday, December 3rd. That is when we started consolidating. So December, January, February, March, 4 months. In quite frankly, what should have been a really good bull cycle leading into Q1 and simply has not materialized. And there's reasons it hasn't materialized, and I've said them in a bunch of videos. I will reiterate a couple of them in case you're new to me. And if you are new to me, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're watching this on X, please consider giving me a follow. Look, the bottom line is simply this. There's not a lot of liquidity in the market. A lot of liquidity is left. There is still manipulation going on. I've said all this in videos. This is nothing new. In fact, everything I'm literally going to say is something that I've mentioned before in a previous video, because we are still fighting and seeing the exact same things playing out that we have for the last 4 months. We have retail investors left in December, millions of them, representing billions and billions and billions of dollars. So that was some of the liquidity that left. We have a situation playing out where there is still inflation here. There is still the scenario that it's costing more for people to live. And there is fear and uncertainty around that. And by the way, I've said this, I would love to do a video and not have to issue and utter the words fear and uncertainty, but that simply is the reality of where we're at right now in all of this. So beyond that, then you add on top of that, kind of global economic uncertainty, which that's always there. And it's always something that's kind of in the background for crypto. I don't really think it's as much of an issue per se. But then add on top of that, you've got the turbulence and the chaos being created by the ongoing trade wars between the United States and a lot of countries. And next week, coming up into next week on April 2nd is the big day for reciprocal tariffs, and all this is going to come out. There was $1 trillion worth of market capitalization lost on yesterday. I mean, it was an absolute bloody day in the stock market. And so that quite frankly didn't bleed over as much into crypto. I mean, crypto is down. XRP is down 2.78. But the crypto market is really, it's faring a heck of a lot better than Wall Street has and is in this ongoing tariff trade war scenario playing out. And why are tariffs and trade wars impacting crypto? It's the uncertainty around them. It's how it's making people feel, if you will, right? And that's a big part of it that we're seeing play out. We're seeing all this kind of play out. So again, you got all this kind of negative, right? But then you have as much or more positive. You have XRP being added in one way or the other to a crypto reserve, a strategic reserve. You have the XRP Ripple lawsuit being dropped, appeal being dropped. They've negotiated on the fine and settling that. The new regime, if you will, at the SEC, a pro crypto SEC, all of these things in a normal crypto market would have sent us soaring, would have sent XRP just soaring up, i.e. that yellow, arrow right there, right? But that simply has not happened. It has not happened for all of the cumulative add up reasons that I've given you in this video. And some of you guys like to flame me in the comments. You're like, yeah, Austin, no duh, and all that. Okay. I mean, I know I'm stating the obvious, but that's the point. The obvious is what is going on. And I can't go out and change it. Some of you guys have even said, you can change this. I'm like, okay, so I could change a $2.6 trillion market. I could move the price of XRP, which has $124 billion market cap, does let's see, 4.25 in billion. I mean, if you think I can change that, I would love to have some of whatever you're smoking. So, I'm just here, guys, every day. I'm a XRP investor. I'm here with you in the same boat, trying to navigate it. I'm trying to understand and look at charts and look at news and talk to people in the industry and see what is going on to help us to at least have some information as we roll forward and obviously now in our current situation. So again, I appreciate the thought, but I'm just a guy, one guy. Okay. So anyway, I have to laugh whenever I see stuff like that. So when is it going to end, XRP holders? When is this consolidation right here, where this long period evidenced by these two straight lines, right, that we got started on December 3rd? When's it going to end? It's going to end when we have resolutions to pretty large macro financial issues. Interest rates going to need to go down. The price of goods in our day-to-day life needs to go down. Price of fuel needs to go down. The uncertainty that people are walking around with every single day needs to lessen. There needs to be something done about inflation. Again, that goes back to this interest rate scenario. There needs to be billions and billions and hundreds of billions of dollars of liquidity come back into the market. All of these things don't happen, and they don't take place overnight. They simply don't. All that needs to happen. Do I believe that it'll happen? Yes, absolutely. It's just a matter of when. And I don't have a crystal ball. I can't sit here and tell you it's going to happen on this date. Because I think right now, the days of really, like a positive catalyst, like we were expecting, Bitcoin being added to the U.S. Strategic Reserve or all the strategic reserve stuff. We thought that was going to be it. We meaning, I think everybody, even just probably you walking around, we thought that would be it. It simply wasn't. And that also kind of proves the point of just the liquidity doesn't care. The whale investor, the retail investor, the everyday investor simply doesn't care right now. They are disinterested in crypto. And it is what it is. And so we have to kind of navigate these waters, right? And just, and try to make money along the way. So with that, if you're interested, just letting you know, if you're still interested in trying out my software, you can. It helps you know when to buy, when to sell. There's 85 days. XRP went up 469%. $2,000 bought here, sold here would have made you over $9,000 in profit in 80 days or so. The software literally costs about a little over $1, like $1.15 a day. With that discount code down, the link is down in the description. And if you're watching this on X, the link's down below. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back refund guarantee. So you can try it. If you don't like it, you get a complete refund. You could use the software for stocks as well. This is the software working on Netflix. You can see right here on the upper left, that's the Netflix chart. And you can see like right here, all the way up to that in 458 days, 120%. So yeah. So, we're in the stock market or a mutual fund, you're always looking for like a 10% number, on a year. So if I can, you could track a couple of buy and sell a couple of stocks, and like right here again, Netflix giving you 120%. It's probably worth more to you than $1.20, $1.15, $1.20 a day, which is what I'm asking you for. You spend more than that on a cup of coffee. You spend more than that on a Coke. You spend more than that on crap that doesn't make you a penny. So why not invest in yourself and give yourself a leg up in this crappy market that we're in, and maybe use the software to identify opportunities in crypto, but also in stocks, because you can do that. Okay. So that's why you get a 2-for-1 special here for a little over $1.15 or so, $1.20 a day. Okay. So give it a look. Links down there. I'll see you. Have a good one. Bye.